I think every person should be mindful of people that are for you and are in your life for as long as you're not growing and you are not even curious about what kind of improvement you can make in your life in order to be a better person. I like the story of David. Before he wasn't a king, after he was anointed and his father was actually sending him to give his brothers bread, and it says that, well, he went as usual, and on this particular day he inquired what would be done for the man who defeat this uncircumcised Philistine, referring to Goliath. And then the Bible immediately tells us that his older brother turned to him and he was upset. He was angry. He said to David, "Why don't you go back to attending to the few sheep that you usually attend to than to come here and cause trouble, because I know you have evil in your heart." Imagine the brother accused David of having ulterior motives because he simply wanted to find out what would be the reward of the person who can take this down, because he knew in his spirit that he has what it takes to take him down, not by his might, as we are told, but by the hand of God. So be mindful as a person, Christian or not, because usually I find that some of the people that would take you down the worst is actually Christians. Christians can be very interesting people when they're not healed and all they are saying is saved, but their life is not transforming. They can be some of the most dangerous people because they don't let the power and the word of God to transform them. They continue to operate with jealousy and all kinds of manner of evil intentions, yet they do it with a smile and they appear to be Sister Wonderful and Brother Good, or whatever the case is. You have to be very careful of that. I think one of the things that I'm learning now is if something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. God uses emotions. I'm not saying that you must be led by your emotions, but do not ignore that feeling that you feel when you're around someone who doesn't want the good or the best for you. So if I should continue with the story, it then says that David turned away from the brother, and he continued to ask the very question that he was asking, which is a very good thing to do. I pray to you who's watching now that God will give you the discernment to know who's for you and who's not for you, because not everybody that is smiling with you wants you to grow. Some people just like to see you in a certain place, and the minute God enlarges you, the minute he takes you from point 1 to point B, then you see that in fact they were just happy that you're there, but your growth becomes intimidating to them. Be careful of those kind of people, and usually those kind of people are in our families, they're in the church, and they are our so-called friends. Okay, I like the conversation that Simon Sinek was having with Trevor Noah, and they were basically talking about friendships, to say that we have systems for basically anything in this world, like how to lose weight, how to be a better wife, husband, parent, worker, business person, whatever. But we don't have systems on how to be a friend, right? And my take home was the world is starting to see that the lie that they're sold is not enough. It's not enough to achieve without having people to share it with.